Hey there.
What do you want?
Me?
What can you...
Exactly. Even brought in...
You know me?
No. The Duchessa hired you to find the butcher of Beauclair. Then this brute simply... Best informed.
Since you seem to...
But...
We're gonna report...
Away we go. So I told him.
What is it, loves?
Give...
Sugar.
What if I...
Ask me.
All right, let's...
Don't get your hope. Rumpole, you're good at this. A word once given.
All right. Tell me.
What?
What you want in return. You're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Thank you. Right, this is the spot. Pull out the beams. Wait!
Why?
The stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful. All right, toss them!
Something's always gotta go wrong.
The home stretch.
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
Fairy tale creature. That was one tough son of a wench.
I told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not...
Can't help thinking you might have done that
Why ever would...
to get rid of your guard, your captor.
Why...
That so?
No. Well, don't just...
just gonna go our separate ways? No parting words?
Did you wish to tell me something?
Actually, that'd probably be best.
Oh my. No woman's ever treated you this way.
Not that I recall, no.
In that case, at last you felt what so many women in this world feel at times.
I just hope this tale has a...
That may very...
What's that supposed...
Nothing beyond... Come.
Another will-o'-the-wisp. Just curious. Why do you want the heart of Toussaint and the ducal wine?
They were my right. My due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once. Here, we need but jump into the well. You first.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
Hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary, thus I knew... Never mind that.
She had.
Would you prefer I treat...
Calm down, both of you.
But...
No buts. Let's go. Really want to be done with this. Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of done time.
Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive. So aware. Honestly, what did Detlef ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when said ex is a vampire.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth? Yet I owe him this meeting. And that is that.
Let's get ready. Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it? Which bound us was a ruse?
What? But how?
The ribbon. Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will pay! You never should have meddled with her!
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist. My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up.
The caftan.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickling. So try not to...
All that. The Duchess cannot be expected.
Huh.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis.
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself. Besides, I've no need for...
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to...
Count on it.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking...
Mean you suddenly believe the fight?
It's not a question of beliefs. Syanna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped...
Her plans don't matter now.
Do you care not a whit? He was the one...
Could be worth checking with the...
Fine.
The boot!
Promise to be careful.
Oh, that's bad luck.
A worker, no player, right, Witcher?
Sir Geralt of Rivia, 3 cheers for the Tories' victor. Hip hip, hooray, hooray, hooray! Est flows in the veins of Toussaint. I'm my own master with a bottle in front of me. It's no disaster like a front or a bottom.
By the Prophet's rings. A Witcher.
so fear to come to them begging them to soothe its heartburn.
Who knows? Perhaps it's true. Ow!
Ah. So is that a witch murdering folks?
Give me strength.
I agree completely, young man. Lois is clearly more adhesive than Lone.
Isn't that the truth? I noticed it myself. But clay? Now that's a real pickle to clean off. Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here,
Need to ask you something.
yet again? Go.
Guess they could you.
Then
How's business?
Well enough.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letter.
Why, of course.
If you're about to tell me this informational how'd you get those letters?
Beckers brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
You didn't ask about
Beggars.
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you
I can't count.
remember anything else?
What? Oh,
Kid, Where'd they get?
I don't know.
Geralt, allow me.
Well, at the shelter,
Where's that?
everyone knows.
Thanks, kid. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Scram!
Decent. Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
I'll break your guts around your spine. All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but
What did they want from you?
they are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the Beckers. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the Boot Black in Rue de Garl.
The Boot Black? A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the Boot Black. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the Boot Black. Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
It's a matter of importance to the Duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the Boot Black anyways. It's always muddy there.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Sienna rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Sienna planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Sienna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Sienna murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually,
Praiseworthy,
seems a bit...
She used my friend. Some philosophers think... I believe you mentioned...
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think on a... One way or another, she's locked away. So, meet up.
You assume correctly. I shall...
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Do you like it here?
Any takers? Last call, then I head home. Any takers? Last call, then I head home.
I never knew vampire exterminations could be so hard. I've worked up quite the appetite. Oh!
The most fun you can have with your clothes on.
I would hate to come off as impertinent, but was it not you who unreturned Umbrella? Oh!
Behave yourself.
Yes, a face no ointment could help.
Halt!
Need to cease.
In the matter of?
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see...
I know who the fifth victim... Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really Why do you want to kill her? Because she turned her back on you?
Bravo, Geralt. Well, what...
Definitely gonna tell her.
Then why do it?
She ought to know.
I probably...
Perhaps, just for a sec.
Why should I?
For old time's sake.
Please.
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands?
Sienna, you were exiled when she was how old? 12? 13? She was a child. What was she supposed to do? Rebel? Organize a coup? Steal your father's seal and forge a pardon? She was powerless. Wiped you from her memory not because she didn't care, but because your departure was traumatic for her. She forgot because that was the only way she could handle the pain.
Ugh. You meant what you said? With all of it. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another.
Farewell, Sienna.
Commander de...
Let's go. Want to see him too. Damien.
Geralt, it's a...
Your face. Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica.
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is... I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me. And I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels,
You lost them all in the fire.
Yes, your
I shall dispatch a
Thank you. Your Grace.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon... For now, we shall award the Order of...
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair. Step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher. In more familiar terms now, I thank you.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you the gustatory experience.
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
This cannot be true.
I have proof.
I do not believe it. In a moment I shall speak to Siana. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does... Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me. As one impartial, I shall not...
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit.
You knew.
The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child. Thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... Your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, damn it! My darling little sister.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said no.
It's true.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace. Supposed acts of cruelty. They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted...
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out... Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Ah, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good. How do you find...
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna...
Fascinating.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic.
Ah, not a problem. I never...
Thanks.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, oh, how anything can look interesting when properly linked.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire, after all. Regis! Damn it, where'd you go? Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Not much of...
Then it is... a trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought...
maybe I'll just stick...
Ah, roadside. I can remember a night.
How could it not?
Our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale.
Appearances, Geralt.
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you?
Distance.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do. Actually, I'd love to go home.
I'm not at all fond of that chain you wear. It clashes horribly with my dress.
But it's my dynastic crest.
I don't like it.
Very well, darling. I shall put it away.
Greetings, Witcher.
You're well? Everything seem in order?
We are, and it is. I thank you again, Geralt.
Noticed any changes?
How shall I put this? I've grown some feathers. Well, down, to be precise.
Whereabouts?
Why mention?
Personally, I like it.
Well.
What have we here? The Tourney's champion!
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Unexpected as ever. And beautiful as ever.
Won't you even ask why I've come? Or how I found you?
Wouldn't get a straight answer at.
Quite true.
Used to bother me, all your secrets. Now I know if you had.
I missed you, Geralt. Come outside.
Liking Toussaint so.
The land's...
But
the southern sun plays havoc with my...
Might need to think about changing your color palette. Off-white and pea green, for instance.
And I'll wear scents distilled from turnips and daisies. I think I shall simply stay in the shade. And you'll bring me cool drinks. At regular intervals.
Bring you whatever you want. Brought quite a few books. Let me guess. Working on a new spell?
Not at all. These aren't grimoires, just pleasure reading. The Name of the Orchid. A widower for half a year.
Always thought you too busy to...
Because I was. But now... A few weeks ago, I awoke to the real... And you know what? I like that. Which is why...
You know, feels kinda strange having a home.
I must say I never pictured you owning real estate.
Was something of an... Yen. Back then, before...
Yeah.
Namely...
I shall give you a hint. It's large, white, has 4 legs, category taxidermy.
Oh yeah, the unicorn. Fine.
I knew you'd see things my way.
Ever thought this day would come? Me and you?
I almost regret delaying so long before coming to you. I was quite the silly goose.
You have doubts? Though I imagine it might have been a hard...
Please, Geralt. I'm not like other sorceresses to...
Ooh, watch what you say about your colleagues. Remember, It's an ill birth.
Well said, Witcher. You're not only handsome, but...
Yeah, and I'm...
Ha!
How'd that start, anyway? Our duel?
Forgotten. It was at a vernissage in Banard. You started it to keep from going... Never change, Geralt.
So?
Of course.
White Wolf himself. White Wolf himself.
Am I invisible?
Greetings.
What do you have on offer? This elven...
My father forged armor. As a youngster, I helped. Only now he is on to... Alas, my master perished in a massacre later, slain by racists. I know I have no equal in the trade. Yet, until...
Farewell.
Good luck.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
A courtesan is like a rat catcher. Good for when the pussy at home grows too fat.
I would hate to come off as impertinent, but was it not you who won the tourney, Sir Greylox? You'd best behave, friend. You're in Beauclair, see?
Do not even dare! No touching! Do not even dare!
I would hate to come off as impertinent, but was it not you who won the tourney, Sir Greylox? Oh, calm down.
You'll not find work here. Not paying. The bells must give you one hefty reduction. Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast, I am in your debt. We all are. Geralt of Rivia, perchance?
You're in Beauclair. Mind your manners. You're in Beauclair. Mind your manners.
No doubt it rained gold for you after
Those
you killed the
noises
beast.
again.
Hey now!
I couldn't sleep a wink.
Our Duchessa.
Saw some dead folk.
I do what they pay me to do. That's it.
We're mincemeat.
Citizens, a plea from Her Illustrious Highness. The Ducal Chancellery is swarmed each day beyond capacity. Droves arrive to demand compensation for the damage wrought throughout the city by the vampire horde. All are henceforth asked to submit their pleas in writing. Written requests shall be dealt with in due course and in the order submitted. Scribes will be available for a part of each day to assist in the drafting of requests. However, scribes shall only do so for the clearly dim-witted. Open house at the Beauclair chapter of the Transnational Flagellants Club. All are invited. Come, taste of the whip. Perhaps you'll stay longer.
Ticker it all.
Citizens, a plea from Her Illustrious
Better to die of
Highness.
drink than
The
of
Ducal Chancellery is swarmed each day beyond...
Do you like it here?
Oh,
Do you know the colors I would see on the banners? Red, white, and rose.
Honestly, it's a shame.
Greetings! Greetings!
Now we shall lament in all morality once
Scrub often. You'll soon need a coffin. Bear. Well then, well. Bear. Well then, well. Bear. Well then, well.
Don't pester me. Greetings. Greetings. You sure showed my relatives how to maintain
Saying wine, and look like swaddling wine. It's enough to drive you batty.
Ha! Dangly dipsticks and mangy muffs! Now that's lovely. Liam and Matilda embracing. What a story! Ha! Dangly dipsticks and mangy muffs!
Ah! Take care now. Oh! Hey now!
I'm at a loss.
I work from dawn to dusk.
Well then, well.
Then give my wife a good long night.
So, how do you like it here?
Foes yesterday, partners today, and tomorrow, lovebirds tomorrow. Long live Matilda and Master Liam.
Don't pester me.
Well,
Greetings.
without
Greetings.
you, Toussaint would be in a sorry state. Oh, sorry indeed.
Terry in good health.
Ah!
Wine is better than stew.
Yes,
Stew
and
has
so?
to chew.
Yes, sir? Hello?
I've lots to do before it gets dark.
Ugh, life.
Well then, well.
Master Liam and Maid Matilda. Oh, I've a feeling they're the apples of each other's eyes.
Persisted my fingers.
What have we here? The Tournay's champion!
Bear.
Don't pester me.
My stomach growls like an angry wolf. Terry in good health.
I've lots to do
Greetings.
before it gets dark.
Good health to you. Greetings. Good health to you.
I've a daughter, you know. She's fit to wed. Oh, so fit.
I've lots to do before it gets dark.
Does life suit you here, Witcher?